Welcome. Good afternoon. My name's Alan Cox. Thanks for being here. Say hello to Bill Squire, who's right over there.
Hey, creepy hugs, everyone. Thanks for listening to and watching this episode of the Alan Cox Show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share a cold one with the boys.
Mary Santora is out. Poundcake is back behind the glass.
Afternoon, white people.
What was on the menu today?
I had broccoli and or chicken and broccoli rice soup, but my stomach hurts. Like I just needed to get something in it.
Do you want me to step on it?
No, I don't want you to step on it, Bill. But
Chicken and
Okay,
broccoli
I just was
rice
asking.
soup.
I don't know. Maybe that would help push the gas through.
Yeah,
Get a nice little fart out. You feel better.
Yeah,
You gotta fart your farts. You don't want to be like that singer that went to the hospital because
I
she wasn't
farted
farting.
I pooped at work earlier today. I went to the bathroom in the.
That's your morning job?
Yeah.
Because they got that private one he can use.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. That's what it is.
Right, gym bathroom, but still, my stomach hurts.
I know your aversion to pooping at work stems primarily from you don't want people seeing your shoes.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't there that concern that someone's going to be walking in as you're walking out having destroyed the private bathroom?
Oh, they have. Yeah.
That doesn't bother you?
It's few and far between.
But it has happened.
It has happened. They've given tours of our facility. They're like, and you have your own gym, and then there's a private bathroom, and then someone goes, I'm like, occupado. And then
They're giving a tour, and they want to give a tour of the bathroom?
well, because it's
to
a
show people
private.
what's going on,
Yeah,
yeah.
there was there's a shower in there, there's a toilet, and they were just
Oh, it's the bathroom in the gym?
yes.
I see.
So they were showing the gym, and they're like, oh, and then you have a private. I'm like, I always try to do something to divert attention. I'm like, let me run the faucet, so they know.
I'm not pooping in
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, let me run the faucet. That'll throw them off.
No. I'm just saying, they'll know that it's used without me saying I'm taking a crap.
Now, do you do a different voice so they don't think it's you?
No, the jig is up.
Someone's in here.
No, the jig is up. Because if they wait out there, because it has happened before, there have been people in there that really wanted to work out, and they're like, I want to change into my gym outfit. They'll sit out there with their little headphones on the bench, and I'm just like,
Wait, if someone's in the bathroom, nobody can get into the gym?
No. You can get into the gym. You can't get into the gym bathroom, which is also a locker room.
I see, where people would change.
Yeah.
I
Not
see.
really a private bathroom.
I was
It
going to
is.
say,
It
if there's
is.
that, no, just because you can lock a door doesn't mean it's a private bathroom. I mean,
Well, there's one shower,
that's how the bathroom
one
is.
toilet.
That's how the bathroom is in the gym here, but I wouldn't call that a private bathroom. It's a bathroom in the locker room.
No, if there's one of everything, then it has one locker, one bathroom, one shower,
Oh, one
sink.
locker. What
One
the hell?
locker.
It's just
Who
like
designed that?
it's like a cubby. They have lockers on the outside too, but this is
Okay.
just for
Changing real quick, I guess.
Yep.
My point is simply that being concerned about someone seeing your shoes, that's far less worrisome than somebody walking into your cloud after you've left the bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a concrete, that's some residue that you're leaving there, not just somebody going, oh, those are Cody's shoes.
Yeah.
Nah, whatever, right?
Concrete residue.
Concrete residue.
But playing at the Agora.
There you go. Hey, if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. 216-578-1007, 800-348-1007, 35192 if you want to send a text. If you just want to leave us a quick message, I would offer you the after hours line. Some people just prefer to use that. Some people will tell me that they get nervous calling live or whatever. That's fine. We give you plenty of options. 216-986-8903 is that line. I was ruminating this morning. April 5th is notorious in rock and roll for the death anniversaries of both Layne Staley and Kurt Cobain. They both died on April the 5th. Kurt Cobain in 94 and Layne Staley 20 years ago today. He died in 2002. And they had to back time when Layne Staley died on the autopsy because they didn't find him for 2 weeks. He was in his apartment in Seattle, and it had come to someone's attention that no one had withdrawn any money from his bank account for quite a while. And so by the time they found him in his apartment, his body was partially decomposed, and whoever did the autopsy determined that they found him on April the 19th. The medical examiner determined that he had died on April the 5th, which was the exact same day that Kurt Cobain had died. They were about the same age. Layne Staley managed to live longer. He was 34 when he died. But I think Kurt Cobain was like a few months older than Layne Staley. And Layne Staley was a bigger deal for me than Kurt Cobain was. I was a much bigger Alice in Chains fan. Always appreciated Nirvana, loved what they did, but I was always a much bigger Alice in Chains fan than a Nirvana fan. So Layne Staley was a bigger deal for me. But again, as these years progress, they're not that big of a deal anymore, year to year. You know, I mean, Kurt Cobain's been gone 28 years. So it's not that big of a deal anymore. It used to be, you know, you'd see it plastered all over on that day, and now you kind of have to look for it. And I think that both of them came to the conclusion that it was, Kurt Cobain came to a very specific conclusion. Layne Staley had a drug problem, and he ended himself that way. But, you know, Kurt Cobain, a very abrupt ending there. But they both came to the conclusion that it was time to go, because people were the worst. And that's why they decided, they go, you know what? There's nothing here for me anymore. There's nothing here that my family can provide. There's nothing that my musical creativity can provide.
But there's so much to do where you don't have to interact with people. And you have money.
But not if you're a touring musician. I mean, you've got people who want a piece of you every single place you go.
So you walk away from that and go, like, whittle or something. Like, there's other things to do. You can walk, especially when you have the kind of success that those two guys had. You could walk away, go paint, go do whatever else you want.
I think you might have
be an isolationist.
I think you might have stuck on something there with whittling. Yeah. I don't think whittling gets the broad attention that probably should. That's one of those skills that I think is largely lost in the 21st century. How many people know how to whittle? Have you ever whittled?
I was a whittler when I was a kid. when I was littler, I was a whittler.
Okay, right.
I'd whittle a little bit. Like, I never had any actual real skill. It was more just because I was in Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. I had a pocket knife, and I would, you know, sharpen a stick, and then I'd try and do, you know, some little designs on it, but never got to the point where I was actually making like a true nice sculpture.
So, but was there? I mean, what?
But it would, like, I'd make like chess pieces, things like that.
I was going to say that sounds relatively advanced. I mean, if I were sitting there whittling, I don't know that I would be.
It's like, you know, making a pawn isn't that hard, and it, like, you could tell it was a pawn, but it's not one that you'd be like, well, that took some time and skill. It was all chunky and blocky still.
Right.
Yeah. Didn't have the patience for it.
Yeah. So, yeah, those guys, you know, Cobain's part of the 27 Club. Layne Staley died. He lived a few years longer than that. Kurt Cobain has been dead now longer than he was alive, which is true. But, you know, it's not front page anymore. You know, like your rock and roll websites will hit on it or whatever. But, you know, as those, you know, there are more recent people who die who kind of take up that space.
Yeah. I did just watch the Nirvana Unplugged, and that is such a fun set. Mm-hmm. It's such a good set.
That was the tail of the comet, though, boy.
You can tell.
Alice in Chains Unplugged.
He's in a very dark place. Just the way he starts it off, like, this is off our first album. Nobody knows it. It's like, all right, you emo little boy, calm down.
Nobody knows it. A lot of people knew it.
I know, but he just had that type of mind. We're like, yeah, you know our other stuff, but you don't know this song from our first album.
Yeah. Alan, you'll recall Guns N' Roses tried to bring whittling back into the public consciousness. That's very true, that song. He goes, I used to do a whittle, but a whittle wouldn't do it, so a whittle got more and more. I believe Mr. Brownstone is the song in which he extols the virtues of whittling.
Whittling.
Yeah. But Kristen says that Taylor Hawkins is the one that's affected her the most. He's the reason I started drumming, and I'm heartbroken. Right. You know, there are more current people that will kind of take up that space in your brain as you continue through life.
But look at this, Kristen. There's a job opening
in the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again,
Maybe
I don't know how
room for you.
I don't know how accomplished she is, but there you go. Something to consider. They will eventually be looking for somebody to sit back there on the throne. Okay, I've got to take a break. I'll have 7 Dust tickets for you a little bit later on. They're doing the Agora in May. If you want to go see Joe Satriani, that show's in October. Mastodon's coming too, so we've got some shows to hand out. 35192 on a text for something, and we'll be